Hello, everyone. So I know that this is probably going to be a very small group today because y'all are not accustomed to me being on here anymore. So I'm not sure how many people are going to be able to pop on or how many will even receive the notification that I'm here. But I just wanted to pop on real quick just to kind of share a few things. So I appreciate anyone who gets a chance to pop on. Those of you who might be watching the replay, thank you for coming and checking this out. And don't forget that you can still comment down below, even if you're here on the replay. And if you're not sure if you're here on the replay or live, if there's no longer a live box up above my head, then it means you are here joining us on the replay. And we so thank you for that as well. I'm trying to adjust my lighting here just a little bit. Girl, I have missed you all. You have no idea. You have no idea. There have been just so many different things happening. It's too much. It's just too much. But for those of you who may not know, a couple weeks ago, I was already kind of getting overwhelmed with some of the things that I had going on in that particular week. And then on top of that, we wound up finding out that my aunt had passed. And so then we were, kind of dealing with the grief among the family with that. She had been sick for quite a while, had been struggling and fighting the battle with cancer for 3.5 years. And it just finally got to be too much. And so she had passed away a few weeks ago. We then, of course, had all the things going on with that. We had family back in town from Michigan and elsewhere who were coming in for that funeral. And then on top of that, one of my cousins who had come back for the funeral the week after, then she had gone in for her next doctor's appointment and found out that her cancer had returned. So she is back doing her treatments and that kind of thing. And then my parents wound up letting us know that they are planning to sell their home. They're going to rent for the next 5 years, and then they're moving down to Delaware. So we've been helping my parents attempt to do some house hunting and things like that, because it sounds like they want to buy a house now, even though they're going to rent in PA for the next 5 years until they're done working. But they want someplace down here that they can come down for the weekends and that kind of thing. And they also know that right now really is a buyer's market because just real estate prices are lower than what they ordinarily might be. So, needless to say, we've had so much stuff going on. And for those of you who are not on my personal page, you may not know this, but we have Father's Day coming up. And my dad decided when they were down just 2 weeks ago, decided that he wanted to give me a challenge for painting. Okay, now, y'all, I have never painted from using still life photography or things like that. I've never done that. I've just always, it was usually looking at another painting and kind of getting inspiration for what I wanted to do. But my dad had a picture from when he had gone hunting with my brother-in-law that he really wanted a painting of, and he wants geese in the painting. So I'll just show you. So this is kind of what I've been working on for the last couple weeks, because I am, the last maybe week and a half. I'm desperately trying to finish this in time to be able to give it to him when I get to see him the weekend of Father's Day. And then I have started on the geese, but they are going to be, this is my practice one because I've never done geese before. So this is my practice one. So needless to say, I've just had so much going on. But here's what I can tell you. And this is kind of a little bit of what I want to share today. Don't forget that what you spend the most time thinking about is what is going to take up the most time in your day. Okay. That's where your priority is going to be. And, while my priority has been there for, a lot of things right now, it just, in terms of being here, I had let that slip. And I was thinking about it this morning and I'm going, you know what? I keep saying, well, let's wait until, the next week so we can kind of start off fresh and this and that. And then today I'm just going, you know what? But I keep doing that. And then the start of the week comes and I have so much else on my plate that I'm not getting on here. So here I am. Okay. So needless to say, just between everything personal, but then we have also been working diligently on, trying to do some different things in our business and trying to kind of create some different systems and things like that. So I've just been swamped. But that being said, I also know that evidently I have some extra time because I have caught a episode or 2 or 10 of Fixer Upper. So I know that I've had time that I could have popped on here, but because I got out of the habit of being here at a specific time each day and knowing that y'all are counting on me to be there that specific time each day, it was real easy for it to just kind of fall by the wayside. And that wasn't my intent. And I didn't really like that, if that makes sense. Like, I really have missed you guys. So, needless to say, I'm going to be trying to figure out some way, shape, or form to try and find some sort of routine that I can get into. And I just haven't figured out yet what the time frame, what the day of, or the time of day is going to be best for that and that kind of thing. We also have a completely different dynamic over the last 2 months with my youngest daughter working, but basically she shares a vehicle with my oldest daughter. So there's times that if my oldest daughter needs the vehicle, then it's up to mom to possibly get the youngest back and forth to work and that kind of thing. And her hours are so wonky. Like one day she's working 11 to 8. The next day is like 4 to 8:30. The next day is like 9 to 5. Like, it's kind of all over the place. So I'm just trying to kind of figure out this whole new routine of our life, and just trying to get those things kind of nailed down. And once I get that done, once I figure out, and y'all, can I just be real for one moment? Can I just be very real with you for one moment? One of the reasons why I thought, well, you know what? Maybe I just need to do it in a way. Margaret, listen, that was honestly, that was how it was supposed to be for the last couple weeks. It was supposed to be that I just like popped on kind of willy-nilly whenever I had an opportunity. But because I did it that way, I didn't make it a priority. Does that make sense? And it helps me just as much as hopefully it helps you guys of me being here. Because when I make this a priority, then I'm kind of forced to put my focus there. Does that make sense? So it's kind of like, that would be kind of like saying, listen, work your business when the Spirit moves you to do so. Okay? And if we do that, we'd never work our business, which is exactly what happened to me doing these videos. Okay? So I'm just realizing that my personality does not work well with, we'll just pop on when I have an opportunity. Okay? I'm realizing my personality, because what happens is I go, oh, I don't have any opportunities. And I do. I just, because I wasn't putting my focus there, because I wasn't thinking about it, it just fell by the wayside. And I don't want that to happen because I enjoy this time with you guys. So needless to say, my goal is to try and figure this out. But what I started to say was, for me, let me get real with you. Okay. Let me get real with you for a moment and say that one of the reasons why I wanted to kind of take a break, if you will, was because I needed to be finding more time to be able to work out and that kind of thing. Y'all, do you know I worked out one day and I jacked up my ankle to the point that I wasn't able to work out anyway. So that's what you get for not working out and then just all of a sudden being like, oh, okay, now I'm going to try to work out. And evidently I must not have stretched enough, whatever. I don't know. I jacked up my Achilles kind of. So yes. So needless to say, it's just one of those where, not to say I'm not going to work out, but very honestly, I would be better to schedule these and work out when the spirit moves me to, because regardless of whether or not I attempt to schedule time to work out, something else always comes up because, listen, I don't really want to work out. I don't. Like, I want to be skinny, but I love tacos and ice cream. So it's one of those things where it's like, I just really died. Like, I don't want to work out. I don't enjoy it. And I hate to say that, but I really don't. I enjoy the sense of accomplishment after, but I don't enjoy the actual task. So, needless to say, if I'm not going to be actually devoting my time to working out like I had originally planned, then I need to, put my focus back where it was doing me best, which was being here with you guys. Because here's the thing, being here with you guys also makes me kind of focus on my business, and it makes me research different things. It makes me focus on different things. And my focus has just not quite been there, with the exception of like the last 2 days, because I was kind of like, okay, I have got to get like back on track here. Like, this is driving me nuts. And the funny thing was the second that I started putting my focus back onto my business, I realized like I was missing you guys that much more, because it was kind of like, oh my goodness. So anyway, so needless to say, I wanted to come on here today to share with you that pay attention to where your focus is. And if your business is not doing what you want it to be doing, it could be that you are not focusing on your business enough. And if you are thinking, well, I'll work it when I have time, you will never work your business. You just won't. And it's so sad to say that, but you cannot just work this when you have time, because something will always fill the void of, here's the thing. How many of y'all have spare time? Anybody have any spare time where you just don't have anything to do? Okay. Most people don't have that. All right. So it goes back to the old saying of, you can work this business part-time, you can work it full-time, but you cannot work it spare time, because you will never work it. So that is something that I just have been finding. Okay, now I will say I still am going to be focused on this stinking painting until I get this done for my dad, because I need to make sure that that's done and ready for Father's Day. However, I do need to put my focus back here. I need to put my focus back on making sure that I'm able to be here with you guys, because listen, you guys challenge me. Do you know that? Like, you guys challenge me and inspire me to be better. You guys challenge me and inspire me to look at different things, to research different things, and that kind of stuff. So I need to make sure that I'm still doing that. So I do plan to be back here again starting Monday. Honestly, I get up with my husband every day at 6 o'clock. So I truly have no excuse for not just being able to be here daily in the mornings. So that's what, and I will say too, y'all, I didn't realize just how much it was kind of messing me up a bit not being here. But do y'all know that for the last 2 weeks, I have spent more time in my pajamas and in my robe than I had in like the previous year. Okay. I mean, like, it was just ridiculous. I wasn't like, I didn't have a reason to get up and get dressed right off the bat and everything else. And y'all know how that works. Like, if you are just spending your day sitting around in loungewear, you're not going to just get up and go out and look for new prospects or lifestyle bookings or things like that. And so this week just kind of hit me where I was like, Wednesday, I think it was, I took my daughters out to lunch, and it was kind of like, this is like the first time that I have gotten out of my house during the day in weeks. And I need to get out of that. So it will absolutely help me by coming back and making sure that I'm here with you guys daily, because it's going to force me to get up and do my hair and do my makeup and get ready for the day. And then I don't have to be stressed throughout the day of whether or not I'm ready to go down to the post office, or whether or not I'm ready to go out and mingle among strangers, so that they can hopefully not be strangers anymore. So I'm so looking forward to it. So looking forward to it, guys. I cannot even tell you. But here's something that I would love to have from you guys. And please, I tell you what, I'm gonna like create another post within this group. I'm gonna create another post where I'm gonna ask like I want y'all to kind of fill me in on the things that you are struggling with, or that you want to hear. And I know that was also part of why I was kind of like getting in this rut, because honestly, ladies, I want to make sure that I am providing you with like useful information. I want to make sure that I am not wasting your time. Does that make sense? And I kind of got to where I started feeling like I don't know, I guess I started worrying that I was just basically sharing the same things over and over. And I was having difficulty kind of coming up with some new material and that kind of thing. And maybe you all did not feel that, but I felt that. And me being the perfectionist that I am, it was kind of one of those where I'm like, I just like feel like I don't have, like I'm not offering them anything, and I don't want to waste y'all's time. I want to make sure that I'm offering you something of value every single time that you're here. So maybe you all felt I still was. Maybe it was just the devil playing with me, trying to get me like talked out of doing these anymore. I don't know what it was. I just know that I was feeling like I was giving you subpar videos, and I didn't want to do that. So it was kind of, if I couldn't, be giving you value, there was no reason for me to be there. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. And like I said, maybe y'all didn't feel that way, but I don't know. So I would love to hear from you guys as well. Margaret, that's awesome. That is awesome. So I would love to hear from you guys. Like I said, I'm going to put a post in the group, and I would just love to be able to kind of get some feedback from you guys of topics, of things that you want covered, things that you want. Maybe there's things that need discussed in more detail. Maybe there's an overall, thing that could just be shared. Whatever. So I would love to hear from you. I'm going to put a post up and wait for that post to get put up, because I don't want the ideas to get lost in this stream of comments. So I will put that post up here as soon as I pop off. And then that way you guys get a chance to share what it is that you like hearing from. Now, I will say that we are still going to stick with I'm not doing specific days of Motivational Monday or Tips and Tricks Tuesday or whatever, because sometimes I feel like there are things that need covered, maybe in a shorter amount of time than doing like, okay, well, we'll do a series and we'll do part of it this Monday and the next part the next Monday and the next part the next Monday. And like, I would rather, if I want to do a series of some sort, that we're able to do it all like day after day after day after day. Does that make sense? So thank you for that, Terry. I appreciate that. So I will get that put up and posted so I can hear from you guys. In the meantime, just thank you for popping on with me today. I am actually surprised at the number of people that were able to pop on, because I know that I have not been consistent over the last several weeks. So I just thank you. I thank you all so much for those of you who reached out to me to make sure that everything was okay, that all was good, and things like that. Thank you for doing that. I truly do appreciate that. And I appreciate all the, messages and the comments and things like that I've continued to get on even older videos and that kind of thing. So I thank you guys so much for being here. I will get that post up so I can hear from you on topics here in just a couple minutes. And in the meantime, y'all have a blessed weekend. I look forward to seeing you guys next week. We will be back here Monday. Thank you so much for that. So we will be back here Monday. I'm kind of thinking, because my husband leaves by 6:30. So I'm kind of thinking I should be able to be like ready to go possibly by 8 a.m. Now I know that's going to be super early for those of you who are on the West Coast and that kind of thing. But I feel like that will get me up and going earlier in the day. And truly, if I decide that I do want to work out, I just need to be doing that in the evenings when my husband is at home, because he has told me that he wants to get back to working out too. So I think that's something we're going to do together. And therefore that opens up my mornings a little bit more, in terms of what my initial plans were. Get that? It doesn't necessarily mean that's what I've been doing. It's what I should have been doing. So I'm going to shoot for, we're going to see if 8 o'clock works. But y'all, honestly, I won't know if that will work until Monday. So we're just going to say be looking for me sometime between probably 8 and 10 on Monday. And whatever kind of time frame it looks like seems to work well, then that's what we're going to go with. Okay? All right. Love to you all. Thank you so much for being here, and have a great weekend. I'll see you on Monday.